Liverpool, they're the only team in FIFA where it's possible to break records and become the first team in existence to win 8 trophies in one season. We're aiming to achieve what no team has. Forget a treble. Quadruple? Pfft. Light work. It's the octuple or bust. This is going to be one of the most grueling and testing challenges to date. Say your goodbyes to Jurgen Klopp, so BCHD's in to set our intentions in stone. The domestic quadruple, UEFA Super Cup, Champions League, the Club World Cup, and a preseason tournament. Hey, they all count. Those are the silverware we're targeting. We're only going to be given one season to complete this. If we lose in the first few games, if we lose the Community Shield straight away, I mean, that's the video over. I mean, we have to end it there. We're aiming for 8. We're hoping for 8. Usually, when teams are competing on multiple fronts, it's, 3, 4 different competitions. Yeah, we're doubling that. It is 8. Well, to all those that are saying there's a lot of Manchester United bias on the channel, well, here's a bit of a different one. Here's a spanner in the works. I hope you're happy because today we're trying to deliver Liverpool in Anfield certified glory and GOAT status in the footballing world. But now, here's a crucial part. We have our preseason tournament to accept. I'm counting this as a trophy. It makes it everything add up to 8. That looks like the easiest. International Champions Cup. Let's go ahead and get the dubs here in the preseason. And of course, I'm still looking to strengthen the squad, add a few players in, and actually upgrade this midfield, which I'm just finding atrocious at the moment. Bar Fabinho, I think we need to get a few more midfielders in, maybe an extra quality centre-back to partner with Van Dijk, one who's already ready-made and actually quality for the occasion. Getting rid of some of the dead wood and also making a few sales here and there. So we are going to be productive in the transfer window. There's going to be a bit of a focus on that, but I do want to emphasize everything on the trophies here in today's video. Will Jordan Henderson's arms get tired from lifting up 8 pieces of silverware this season? We're gonna have to find out. So if you go on to enjoy the video, smack a like on it, subscribe, comment down below, all that good stuff. Show your support. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, join the Discord. It's all popping off, and let's get straight into our first pieces of action. Most definitely, here are the players on the chopping block for me. We've got Nathaniel Klein, Adrian. Do I really need to explain? We also have Minamino. Yeah, I think he's surplus to requirements. Adam Lallana is a bit past it now, so we'll put him on. Loris Karius, another classic case. Do I really need to explain why he's on the transfer list? Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Oh, no, not Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. We'll go for Dejan Lovren, the self-proclaimed best centre-back in the world. We'll keep James Milner, and then we'll also get rid of Xherdan Shaqiri. Hopefully, we can offload. And if you haven't noticed already, we've got the supposedly leaked 20/21 season kit for Liverpool. I don't know if it's 100% legit, but it's just the mod I'm using right now, and it looks pretty fire in game, I must admit. Here is our group for the International Champions Cup. Yes, it's the first but most crucial stage, because if we do lose this preseason tournament, I mean, the challenge is pretty much over. Here we are with Milan, River Plate, and Racing Club. The other group is Dortmund, Juventus, Sevilla, and Lazio. Ah, beautiful. Just what you want to see. In the preseason, we have Virgil van Dijk out for 8 weeks. So yeah, a 2-month injury. He's torn his quadricep muscle. Why you gotta do this to me? We did make it out of the group though, so 9 points on top of the table. We're now up against Lazio. It is Juventus and Milan in the semis. I do just want to simulate through this so you guys can see that we are actually winning these games, and we're up against Lazio. 4-0 demolition. Oh, one injury after another. Let's just pick them all up. Roberto Firmino picks up a bit of a knock. Meanwhile, Mane gets a double. Alexander-Arnold on the score sheet as well. And now it is Juventus in the final. Here is the starting 11 going into the International Champions Cup final. We have Juventus standing in our way. I just wanted to get this preseason tournament out the way before we dig deep into the transfers and before the UEFA Super Cup and the Champions Shield or the Community Shield or whatever. I'm losing my voice because damn, 5-4 on penalties. It was a Ronaldo equalizer in the 70th minute to reply back to Fabinho's goal in the 8th. We've gotten the first trophy out the way. I mean, it's only the preseason, so we'll skip past it. It's not too much of a big deal, but it's 1 down, 7 to go. I've got to cover this though. The budget here with Liverpool, we've got over 120 million pounds. Yeah, 115, 120 million pounds. Brace yourselves, it's our first signing of the 8 trophy challenge right here. We have gone and picked up Ruben Neves from Wolverhampton Wanderers, the Portuguese midfielder. He's arrived for 18 million pounds. It's a swap deal straight off the bat. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain headed the other way, and we've just swapped them, I guess not really like for like. He does bring to him a lethal shot, a free kick specialist, and just an option there we can have off the bench and just can fill in if any injuries, suspensions happen. He's a great utility man. It's a solid 18 million pounds spent. First deal for the 22-year-old, and he'll slot straight in. I mean, he's the same rating as Naby Keita, so I guess it just increases our depth and strength in that midfield department. And again, Wolves involved in some transfer business with us. It is Nathaniel Klein headed the other way. We buy one of their players, we give them 2, and Nathaniel, he's off to the Midlands for £5.3 million. The 28-year-old right back, surplus to requirements, not really up to the quality. Now we've signed, sealed, and delivered an accomplished centre-back we were after, that I touched on earlier, someone to partner up with Van Dijk that could provide some experience, some quality for £69 million, plus the best centre-back in the world according to him, Dejan Lovren. He is headed the other way to Inter Milan as we pick up Milan Skriniar. 2 deals out of 2 right now. They're both swap deals. I don't know, I'm in that swap deal kind of mood at the moment, and the Slovakian, the 6'2" beast, will come and join us here at Anfield in a partnership with Van Dijk. He can only get better. He's still only 24, and he's just a bit ahead of Gomez right now. Well, it just seems like Karius can't catch a break ever since 2018. We've called him back from loan from Besiktas, and guess who acquires him on a permanent deal? It is Besiktas. He's back on over to Turkey for £13 million as the 26-year-old German will finally be departing Liverpool. Lloris, as a United fan, your services will be dearly missed. Now, it might be a bit of a controversial one as we've accepted the deal for the Dutch midfielder Gini Wijnaldum. He is departing off to Valencia. He's moving in over to Spain, and I mean, I didn't really from the offset want to sell him, but $53.4 million, and they accepted. They were willing to pay the fee for the 28-year-old. He was one of our best midfielders, and we're going to have a massive fight to replace him only a few days before our Wembley bout with Manchester City. It was too good of a deal to turn down, and unfortunately, Gini Wijnaldum is leaving Liverpool. We have clapped back with a deal for the ages right here. Jadon Sancho is arriving here at Liverpool. It is honestly a transfer move I never want to see eventuate in real life. We've made it a reality here in this challenger right here. We've gone in for another swap deal. I don't know why. I'm just in that swap deal fanatic right now. I'm just a swap deal maniac at the moment because Xherdan Shaqiri, he's headed to Borussia Dortmund. And not only do we have a backup for Sadio Mane and Salah on the wings, but Jadon Sancho, he can also play in the cam position, so technically he is a replacement for Wijnaldum. The Englishman, he's versatile, he's diverse, he can play in any attacking position besides striker obviously, but he does have that potential to be special, and seeing Sancho in a Liverpool jersey, honestly, that's the stuff of nightmares for a United fan. Based from what we saw off the weekend, he hasn't really been taken ISO all too well. He is joining us for £73.5 million. I realize the article didn't even state the financial figures right here. I love how literally on the day of the Community Shield final up against Manchester City, we've managed to pull that Sancho deal off. Nevertheless, he will be starting on the bench for today's fixture. Ruben Neves gets his start alongside a Van Dijk-less backline. And here, it is all or nothing. They did lose this game in real life, so I'm looking to rewrite the wrongs and hopefully paint a better picture. Not only we pick up another centre-back injury, but it's a dub. Mane with a 73rd minute winner, and Alexander-Arnold again on the score sheet from right back. And we go ahead, win our second trophy of the season in the form of the Community Shield. I mean, injuries are going to be the death of me here in this challenge. Thankfully, Joel Matip is only going to be out for 3 days. In case you need reminding, here is our Champions League group for this season. We have Napoli, RB Salzburg, and Genk. We're looking to go back to back. We're protecting Liverpool's European crown here today. Technically in pre-season, the UEFA Super Cup against Chelsea, and we're looking to secure 3 trophies out of 3. Before, we're only 2 months into the save and we've already gotten 3 trophies. Nevertheless, Van Dijk is still injured at the back, so Matip and Skriniar will be partnering up. And here goes nothing. Up against the Blues, they did lose 2-1 to United on the first day of the Premier League season. And it's another penalties win. Just like in real life, I do believe. They've replicated that here virtually in FIFA 20. But the captain, Henderson, pulls through with a goal. It's Pulisic's 104th minute equalizer to send it to pens. And we come out on top victorious once more. It's just that killer instinct in front of goal. From the penalty spot, we are lethal. I swear, every single match we've simulated so far, we've picked up an injury. Fabinho, only out for 7 days though. Now I know you're probably thinking, how have you gotten the Club World Cup in FIFA 20? It's not a licensed tournament. It's not in the base game. Thankfully, to the PC mods, we've been able to add it in, the Club World Cup. I'll make sure to leave a link in the description if you want to download the mod I'm using. This is the current overview of the tournament. So because Liverpool are the Champions League winners, they enter in the semi-finals and they are playing up against Guangzhou Evergrande, and Flamengo and Tigres will be the other semi-final. In round 1, it was Al Ain FC eliminated alongside the Kaiser Chiefs, and now we have a semi-finals bout with the Chinese superpower. If you thought December's schedule was action-packed, this Club World Cup little add-on makes it even more hectic. I thought Van Dijk was going to be back for the Club World Cup at least, but he's gone ahead and picked up another injury. In another 6 weeks, he's going to be back. The Dutchman has not had much game time this season, and this is going to be our starting 11 heading into face Guangzhou Evergrande. Yes, they are very tired. They're low on stamina, and I don't know if they can pull through. Let's hope we don't pick up any more injuries. We just need a win to get into the final, and it's a double from Roberto Firmino. A red card for the captain, Henderson. We advance into the final, but Henderson potentially won't be lifting up the trophy, just like he did in real life. Liverpool will be facing Flamengo head-to-head, and they're battling it out for what seems to be a spitting image of the actual Club World Cup trophy here in FIFA 20. I mean, I can't tell them apart. There's a lot of stamina issues. We've got suspensions, we've got injuries, we've got the lot thrown at us, but we're still managing to weather through the storm. Here is the starting 11 in all its glory headed into the final. We're depleted, we're down, we're skipping the press conference because we're living life on the edge, baby. Let's take on the Brazilians and see if we can get the dub. It is a 3-1 victory with Mane, Salah, and Robertson on the score sheet. It wasn't in doubt for a second as we doubled our lead early in the first half an hour of the game, and we take out our 4th trophy of the season. We're officially halfway there. That's the beautiful little cutscene. We win the Club World Cup. World champions, Club World Cup champions. Here's the little halfway report. 21 games into the Premier League season. We've reached 2020. The transfer window's opened up, but doesn't seem like we got too much work to do because we're currently sitting on top, undefeated, 61 points, just like Liverpool were doing in real life, I guess, before they lost to Watford. Nonetheless, looking elsewhere, it is Man City right behind us, so we've got to be very, very careful. 7 points behind. Spurs, Manchester United make up the top 4, Arsenal and Chelsea in 5th and 6th, and it's Wolves over in 7th, making a European push down at the bottom end of the table. It is Bournemouth, Southampton, and Brighton, all the South Coast clubs struggling in the relegation zone. It is still early days in the FA Cup. We entered the early rounds. Here in round 3, we are up against Championship side Birmingham, and the semi-finals have already prevailed here. We have Newcastle United. We are versing them here at Wembley. It's a North London derby in the other game. Round 4, we took out MK Dons 1-0. We took out Manchester City 4-1 in the quarterfinals. Arsenal won on penalties to Chelsea. A lot of big clubs eliminated early on. In our Champions League defense, we've made it. Oh no. Oh dearie, dear me. It is Atletico Madrid. Okay, we came out on top of the group, undefeated in the Champions League. We're currently on a roll as our European title defense continues. Could it get any more realistic? Let's just hope Marcus Llorente doesn't score 2 bangers at Anfield this time. And what is going to be a crucial few weeks in January right here, we've got the Carabao Cup semis against Newcastle. We also do have Fleetwood in the FA Cup. We got Spurs and Manchester United who are also fighting for the title. So I've simulated past the month of January. We're going to check in on our results right here. So against Newcastle, I can presume, yeah, we won 2-0 there and 3-1. So 5-1 on aggregate. We make it through to the Carabao Cup final. We take down Fleetwood in the round of 32 in the Emirates FA Cup. Drew against Manchester United. We win against Wolves. And we also won against Spurs 4-0. So we only dropped 2 points in the month of January, which is always promising. As much as I wanted to make Mbappe 2020 possible, we didn't really have the financials to do so. Our situation at the moment is not looking too good after our lucrative transfers in on the summer. So let's pray that we can achieve this challenge without him, because he definitely would have been a major boost to our hopes. It's an achievement. It's a game we definitely do not want to replicate from real life. Atletico Madrid away. I do believe they lost this game 1-0, and Van Dijk is back though. So I do have confidence for this one. Headed away to the Wanda Metropolitano. We're into the Champions League knockouts right now, and we take it home 3-2. That is 3 precious away goals, an injury to a goal-scoring Neves as we head back to Anfield for the second leg. Coolest injury FC, as Ruben Neves, after that game he scored in, he has picked up a 2-month injury. We can never catch a break because we have the Carabao Cup final in between those Atletico Madrid Champions League legs. Henderson's still injured, so Naby Keita will be filling in that role. We have the famous front three. Van Dijk's returned, and Spurs at Wembley. It's the big dance for the quadruple. To keep the domestic quadruple on the cards, it is another 3-1 victory in the final. Sadio Mane and his clapped airline gets us the hat-trick, and he is turned up in the big games. Spurs bottle yet another final, and we still get the W for our 5th trophy of the season. It is 5 down, 3 to go. We keep collecting trophy after trophy like they're bloody Infinity Stones in Avengers. We are ready to redeem the Reds, as Milner will be replacing the suspended Robertson in that left back position. It is basically the same squad, considering we do still have the same injuries. And right here, we're skipping the press conference. We're going straight to Anfield. It's a European night. Surely Atletico can't upset us. And it's the 3rd Van Dijk injury of the season. But we make it through to the Champions League quarterfinals, as Mane is on fire at the moment. A goal to his name, and it's 4-2 on aggregate. And we progress through to the next round. Big Virgil, you might as well have the injury-prone trade at this rate. He's out for a week though, not like his other long-term injuries he's had. We're facing the other side of Madrid here in the quarters as we face Los Blancos in the final 8. We have a lot of strong European contenders, but this will be our starting 11. Robertson's back, and it's still basically the same team as we go in to face Real Madrid away at the Santiago Bernabeu, where we'll be getting some crucial away goals, and it's the first game we've lost. It's ex-Premier League Chelsea boy Eden Hazard coming back to haunt us. We're battered, we're bruised, we're injured, but we are going to form in for this European night at Anfield. We have the chance to redeem ourselves at home. Can we secure the dub and book our ticket into the Champions League semi-finals? Are Real Madrid going to crack? And it looks like they have, as Sancho in the 88th minute. What's with us scoring in the last few minutes of the game? It's like it's Fergie time. No, it's Sir BCHD time. As we secure a winner, Sadio Mane once more on the score sheet. He must be our player of the season by now. We can all take a deep breath, a sigh of relief as we have survived. Here, 3-2 in aggregate. We progress. Spurs winning against Juve 5-4 in aggregate. 3-2 as Bayern take down Barcelona, and Valencia gets slaughtered against Manchester City 7-0, who are actually our next opponents in the next round. It could be an all-English final. Let's hope it's not. I want a bit of a differentiation of opposition. It's the clash of European semi-finalists Spurs and Manchester City. They're on the hunt to end our 8-trophy dream here in the first season. Manchester United versus West Ham in the other game. So we could most likely be having a Northwest derby in the FA Cup final. Same starting 11, same players, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's a winning formula right now. I've got a good feeling, so we're headed to another trip to Wembley. Let's hopefully upset Spurs on their own game. And again, we're not only injury FC, but we're penalty shootouts FC, because I swear, in 3 simulations, we've won 3 penalty shootouts. And it's Sadio Mane, the man, the myth, the legend himself. And we book our spot in the FA Cup final. The Champions League semi-finals have dawned upon us. Manchester City over 2 legs. They're standing in between us and the final. You got to feel sorry for Jordan Henderson, who hasn't been fit for the majority of this time where we've been ranking in the trophies. Man City, okay, it's our first leg at home, so we've got the pressure here to score the goals, and it's a 3-1 victory headed into the away leg against City at the Etihad. I can't remember the last time we went into a game with a team headed in with full fitness. I mean, we're always tired, we're always depleted, and it's a derby that has been really heating up in the past few years. The battle for the Premier League title, but now it's a battle to be in the Champions League final. It's a 1-0 win for Manchester City, but that won't be enough, as that means they only win we win 3-2 in aggregate, and it is a second leg victory nonetheless. On aggregate, we're through to the final, and thankfully we did most of the job in the first 90 minutes, and it's Bayern Munich taking down Spurs at 5-3 on aggregate, so it won't be an all-English final. We are faced up against Bayern. Not only do we take out the Premier League undefeated, but we have finished on top, 106 points. We have gone Centurions, 15 points ahead of second place Manchester City. I mean, no one really could contest us, as United also finishing on 93 points. Arsenal and Spurs round off the top 5, and it's Chelsea, Wolves, Leicester all finishing outside European places. We've got the Prem locked and loaded for the first time in Liverpool club history. We've done the unthinkable, so we're 6 trophies down. We have 2 to go, and we all know the next 2 games are going to be chances for silverware. The FA Cup final, we are facing Manchester United in a Northwest derby. It is going to be a massive day at Wembley. Along with all the good news, you always know there's going to be bad news to balance things out, as Fabinho, he is going to miss these 2 crucial games in order to complete the challenge, the FA Cup and the Champions League final. He will be on the sidelines for, as he's got a broken rib. For the rest of the squad, they're all fit and healthy, ready to go. There is a silver lining though. Jordan Henderson returns fresh off his injury. He gets to maybe potentially lift up 2 trophies at the end of the season. It's a very, very big day. FA Cup final day. This is the starting 11 out to face Manchester United. And as always, we've got Prince Harry watching on the sidelines. We've got all eyes on us. It is the Saturday afternoon. It's an FA Cup final. It is a chance for silverware. We've come this far. Surely we can secure it. And again, it's a 2-1 victory. We have pulled through via the finest of margins. Roberto Firmino and Mane getting the 2 goals. Van Dijk's picked up how many injuries now? 4 injuries this season. And we can't be celebrating too hard. We can't be partying yet. Because 1, Van Dijk's out for 2 months. He's had a very dodgy season. But, you know, we can't have the parade yet. We can't celebrate into our heart's content because there's still work to do. 2 of our best in 2 key departments will be in the reserves for this one. They'll be partying on the sidelines. Let's hope. We have prevailed through 7 trophies, through 7 competitions. We have battled on multiple fronts, Now we're facing the last press conference of the season. I want to get the lads as happy and as energetic as possible in this press conference, so we go into the game with high morale. Before we dive headfirst into the big game that decides our fate, though, I do want to check over and give some appreciation towards our top performers, and we all knew it was coming, really. Sadio Mane, the top goal scorer, 71 appearances, 51 games, and 16 assists. That is 67 goal contributions in 71 appearances. Brilliant stuff. World-class stats. We do have Roberto Firmino to back it up. 34 goals and 9 assists for the centre forward. And Mohamed Salah, the front three, the classic trio. 32 goals and 10 assists for the Egyptian winger. Jordan Henderson, who just picked up injury after injury, still managed 14 goal contributions. Fabinho, who will be missing out here tonight, 10 goals and 7 assists. Ruben Neves, been our signing from the summer transfer window, and he's managed 19 goal contributions. Jadon Sancho as well, only 7 goals and 4 assists for him. And it's Trent Alexander-Arnold bagging 20 assists. I think, yeah, that's the club record highest from a right back, and 6 goals on top of that as well. Robertson with 12 and 4. We also do have Van Dijk, who's had an injury-riddled season, and it's been heartbreaking to watch it all unfold, to be fair. And then to cap it off, Alisson with 70 appearances. He's played every single game of the season and has had 41 clean sheets. That is a ratio that any goalkeeper in the world would dream of. You know what we're going to do to make things as fair as possible? We're going to go CPU versus CPU. Ooh, we got this nice little blue Chelsea kit available, but we'll stick with the red one. We'll make Bayern go with their away gear, and we will go head-to-head CPU. We're not going to play the game. We're just going to let the two teams fight it out for themselves as we go into the European final, defending our crown from last season, and we're out for blood, out for our 8th trophy to complete the challenge. Here we go then, the Champions League final for 2020. It is out. We are doing battle here at this Olympic track and field stadium. I mean, you know, anything more aesthetically pleasing than that, I'm not too sure. I'm really interested to see how Bayern are lining up. They've got our ex-player Coutinho, so that is a major storyline. Obviously, Robert Lewandowski, Gnabry, I do believe, yeah, that's Goretzka, Thiago, Joshua Kimmich, who I was actually trying to sign, as well as Lucas Hernandez. It doesn't look like this side is all too much unchanged, this Bayern Munich squad, but the stakes have never been higher. Ruben Neves in his first Champions League final. Obviously, those three have all been here before, and here is how Bayern are officially lining up. The player I didn't recognize, was Mestres. We have Muller on the bench, Kingsley Coman, Alexander Lacazette as well, so they do have some firepower options. It is the Polish gunslinger to kick things off. And let's get into some CPU versus CPU action. Here's Alexander-Arnold. They're locked into this right-hand position, but they've still managed to get it away. Roberto Firmino's trying to flick things up. Now Ruben Neves, another lovely switch of play by the Portuguese. And Salah whips it into the danger zone. Mestres already causing a lot of stress. Will work it into the middle? He's crossed it in at the back post. Roberto Firmino could have hit it first time as he sweats it across to Ruben Neves. And again, straight into the path of the German. It is Mane. Offloads through to Roberto Firmino. A nice little 1-2 between him and Neves. Roberto Firmino slightly fouled, but he doesn't make that affect him as he continues to power through. The Brazilian with his first shot on target. It's his first goal. He's as cool as ice, and it's his trademark celebration. And Liverpool go 1-0 up against Bayern Munich. Champions League final night, and it came from nothing, really. I mean, it was a defense-splitting pass from Ruben Neves. Our summer signing has come through in this final. He's been tripped up, Firmino, the number 9. Thankfully, he wasn't injured for tonight's game. And it's really a P-roller into the back of the net. Beautifully aimed. Great timing. And it's just the power to get past Neuer. Hard and low. It's the dream start to this game. And we are after, obviously, Liverpool, their 7th Champions League title, but the 8th trophy of Season 1. Let's see how Bayern react. Finds Robertson. Is he going to go for that ball over the top? He will. It was a handball from Odriozola, but we will march on as the Scotsman has got leaps and acres of space to work with. He will cross it in at the back post. It was an interesting attempt, and it ends up being chested straight back to Neuer on the stroke of half-time. Robertson gives him a second chance. It is a cross in at the back stick, and Salah so close to the target, but it's just failed wide. And wow, it's a switch already. Obviously, I'm not controlling the team. It's CPU versus CPU, but Ruben Neves, arguably our best midfielder performance tonight, he's been subbed off for Naby Keita. So, all right, assistant manager, he's seen something wrong. And now, as we cross it in, it is Naby Keita! It could have been his first touch of the game, and it could have been a goal if it wasn't for Manuel Neuer with a monstrous save. And again, a cross in from Alexander-Arnold. It bobbles up again. Sattler tries another, and it's just bobbling around all over the place in the box. Another corner, but another substitution It is Minamino on for Salah. I don't know why. And it's another chance. A tame little effort from Firmino. First substitution for Bayern. It will be Philippe Coutinho, who's been pocketed by Alexander-Arnold in this game. And it's Kingsley Coman replacing him. Goretzka, a few step overs here and there. Space opening up. Now Kingsley Coman, the super sub. Oh, that was a bit of a scare with 8 minutes left to play. Minamino, the super sub, the Japanese substitute. He's using all his pace, all his energy. The cross inside. Firmino with the double. I think that's offside, though. It's going to be ruled out. It's going to be chalked off. And the Brazilian thought he'd won it. And no, we still have 5 minutes left to play. And a substitute for Bayern coming on. Muller replacing Thiago in the midfield. And I was starting to get excited. I just knew straight away it was too good to be true. But will there be one last twist? No, there won't be. And that is the full-time whistle. It has been a Roberto Firmino golazo in the first opening 18 minutes to decide things here between Liverpool and Bayern Munich. And that all but confirms our 8 trophy winning season. It's the octuple, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. You can count the preseason. You can count the likes of the Community Shield, UEFA Super Cup. They all count. They're all sitting in the trophy cabinet at the end of the day. And that is going to be the W for the first time in career mode history. 8 trophies in 1 season. We are definitely record breakers. We've done it without the likes of Van Dijk and Fabinho in the midfield. Jordan Henderson will be lifting up the trophy. Injured for the majority of the season, but he gets the last laugh and probably the most sweetest victory as we confirm the 8 trophy challenge completed. Done. Finito here with Liverpool. The Merseyside club will be celebrating into the night. The ribbons are out, the confetti's out, and now we can all finally celebrate. If you did manage to go on to enjoy the video, drop it a like down below, hit subscribe, turn on those notifications to join the notification gang. Follow me on Twitter and Insta. The links are in the description. Make sure you do all that stuff, all that good stuff. As always, I've been BCHD. Have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the very next video.
We don't need no miracle. I think we've seen it all. Just make the goal. I'll go running over. We don't need no miracle. It's unconditional. Just make the goal, and I'll be yours.